Nobody serving in this chamber can even begin to imagine what a completely scorched earth Senate would look like.
The modern filibuster has broken the normal legislative process. It was never an essential or even intentional part of democracy, and now it rules the Senate.
We're not just arguing for some procedural tweak, not a procedural tweak. They're arguing for a radically less stable and less consensus-driven system of government.
Defenders of the filibuster will tell you that it's essential for American democracy. The opposite's true. Today's filibuster undermines democracy. Both rule books allowed a simple majority to cut off debate on any proposal by invoking what was known as the previous question rule. The filibuster was a mistake to begin with, and it's gotten worse over time. The Senate adopted what's known as Rule 22, the cloture rule, allowing the Senate to end debate with 2/3 majority vote. Rather than protecting a finely balanced system our founders created, today's filibuster throws the system out of balance, giving one half of one branch of government what amounts to veto over the rest of government. It promotes gridlock, not good governance. They say the filibuster promotes bipartisan cooperation and debate. Well, just look around. Can anyone really claim that we are living in the great age of Senate debate?
Yesterday, Senator Durbin said the filibuster is not a core principle, but, quote, an offhanded clerical suggestion. An offhanded clerical suggestion. Madison said the Senate should be a complicated check against improper acts of legislation. Thomas Jefferson said great innovation should not be forced on slender majorities.
Sound familiar?
Everything that Democrat senates did to Presidents Bush and Trump, everything the Republican Senate did to President Obama, would be child's play compared to the disaster that Democrats would create for their own priorities if they break the Senate. So the pendulum, Mr. President, would swing both ways, and it would swing hard. My colleagues and I have refused to kill the Senate for instant gratification.
Today's filibuster is often used to prevent the Senate from even starting to debate important ideas. It's not the guarantor of democracy. It has become the death grip of democracy. He had to actually speak without sitting on the floor for more than 24 hours to maintain his filibuster. In his day, if you sat down to take a rest or left the floor, the filibuster was over. Today, it's not the same. Senators can literally phone in a filibuster. All a senator has to do is to tell the staff working in the cloakroom what their intention is as to a filibuster, and then the message is delivered to the floor, and another bill is sent to the Senate's overflowing legislative graveyard. This is what hitting legislative rock bottom looks like.
You had to stand up and command the floor, and you had to keep talking along. Once you stopped talking, you lost that, and someone could move in and say, I move the question of. So you got to work for the filibuster.
So you're for that reform. You're for bringing back the talking filibuster.
I am.
Some have suggested that we forbid filibusters of bills that pass out of the committee with bipartisan support. I support discussing any proposal that ends the misuse of a filibuster as a weapon of mass destruction. If the Senate retains the filibuster, we must change the rules so that any senator who wants to bring the government to a standstill endures at least some discomfort in the process. We need new rules that actually promote debate. They are long overdue.